Let's return you to the last part of that conversation between our reporter Lester Kivet and former Deputy Finance Minister Mcebisi Jonas, where they have been speaking about Parliament, the economy and everything else in between as part of this year's Open Book Festival that's taking place in Cape Town.
I'd like to move on to your analysis of what's currently happening in Parliament. It seems that
I'm not in Parliament.
Well, your analysis of what you see and what you read. We've seen a recent robustness within parliamentary committees to all of a sudden go after and look into the cases regarding SOEs. We've seen committees looking into the SABC, and now we have the Public Enterprises Committee now looking into the state-owned enterprises, particularly using the basis of Gupta leaked emails to look at that. Why all of a sudden, if that is my correct analysis of it, do we see this appetite by Parliament to now seek those answers?
Look, I mean, firstly, I must say it's a good thing. It's a good thing that everybody is beginning to do that, and because it actually adds another dimension to the debate and the progress that we're beginning to make. But it also shows that the kind of noise that you guys in the media are making, and some of the other noisemakers in different sectors, in the NGO, in civil society, are making, is beginning to have impact. I mean, there's a couple of things have happened that show that I think the impact is beginning to show up. So it's good that that's happening, and I wouldn't take a negative view to it. I think it's just natural. And remember that in Parliament you have activists, by the way. I mean, it's not most of the guys in Parliament are activists. I don't know whether there's something called former activists, but they're activists. and in that sense, I think there's a spirit emerging across different sectors of society.
But I'm going to be cynical and say that not only is there an election for the ANC top 6 in December, there's also an election to fill 107 NEC positions. Looking further, 2019, there's also jostling for people to be on election lists to come back to Parliament.
Look, I mean, I would say that's a dangerous position to take. I mean, it's like, I mean, think about it. Opposition parties have suddenly been very robust and really they've done a very good work in certain instances. Would you turn around and say it's because they just want votes? Maybe they do, but where hell, if you want votes by advancing an agenda, so let it be. Yeah. So if these guys want to be re-elected, I mean, if that's your argument, but I think what they're doing is good. I mean, it needs to be applauded and commended. In fact, we need to ensure that there's more robustness in Parliament than there is now, I think.
You're no longer MP, but you are still an ANC member. Do you have any preference for the December conference in terms of leadership?
I've been asked this question so many times and avoided it so many times because I tell you why. I mean, that I've been kind of reticent about responding to the question. But I think my stance is that we do need an antithesis of what is happening to what is happening. I mean, that's where I stand. I think we do need a serious antithesis to what is happening. And that includes a combination of personality as well as capacity of that personality and integrity of the personality, as well as the policy package that the person brings to the party.
But based on that, saying that we need an antithesis to the current leadership, would you be willing to return to Parliament if nominated to a list? And further than that, would you be willing to serve in cabinet again?
Look, I mean, it's nice to be outside, I must say. I mean, but I think it's actually look, I mean, I can't answer the question though, because in part I feel strongly that we need to strengthen what's happening in civil society, and my real, if you ask my preference, is to ensure that we consolidate the movements that are emerging, we consolidate and increase the depth of public education. Is it called civic education? Civic education around some of these issues. It's nice to have a constitution. I think we need propagation of the constitution, what it means for the ordinary person. It's nice to talk about economic policy. We must break it down to what it means for the ordinary person and so on. I would like to spend more time around those things, I think, moving forward. But it actually makes sense. one of the biggest mistakes we did after 94 was to demobilize civil society.
PC Jonas, thank you very much for joining us today.
And what you've just been listening to there is our reporter Lester Kivitt in conversation with former Deputy Finance Minister Mcebisi Jonas at the Open Book Festival in Cape Town. I'll be back with a full news